Early in the morning, Honor wakes up when her young son Jane suddenly climbs into her bed. He is full of energy and asks her to go diving with him in the swimming pool. Anna smiles but reminds him that she has to go to work and that he needs to go to kindergarten. Jane looks disappointed but keeps talking non-stop. Just then, loud thunder shakes the sky. Anna starts making breakfast while Jane runs around, touching things and causing trouble. Her mother calls, worried about the storm, but Anna calmly tells her everything is fine. She promises to be careful. While cooking, Anna suddenly hears a strange water sound. She thinks it's coming from the bathroom. When she turns around, she freezes in shock. Water is spreading across the floor. Outside the window, floodwater has risen so high that it is now level with her apartment. A loud announcement comes from the building management. Everyone must evacuate to higher floors immediately. Jane keeps shouting and asking to play. Overwhelmed and scared, Anna finally loses her patience. She places Jane on the table and scolds him for not listening. As she begins packing, the water rises around her legs. Suddenly, Anna gets a call from Hijo, a security agent from her company. He tells her he is coming to rescue her and warns her not to waste time packing. Anna quickly grabs a small bag and puts Jane's medicine inside. When she turns around, Jane is gone. Panicking, she finds him hiding in the closet, crying. She apologizes for yelling and comforts him, offering a piggyback ride. Jane finally comes out. They rush into the hallway where neighbors are fleeing with suitcases. Anna pushes through the crowd, trying to reach the stairs, but the stairwell is completely blocked by people who refuse to move. Desperate, Anna runs to the other side of the corridor and sees nearby buildings in the same flooded chaos. She finds an emergency stairwell and starts climbing. Jane points at people swimming below, frightened and confused. To calm him, Anna sings softly. After climbing a few floors, Anna's hope collapses. The stairs above are blocked by heavy objects. She puts Jane down and tries to climb over them, but her feet slip and she almost falls into the water below. She barely manages to hold on. Looking down, Anna sees dead bodies floating in the water. She decides to go back.
On another floor, people rush into apartments to use bathrooms. Anna hears someone calling her name. She turns and sees Hijo, finally close. Relief floods her, but then she notices Jane is gone again. He has followed the crowd into an apartment. Anna rushes inside, desperately searching. Suddenly, she freezes. Through the window, she sees a massive wave rushing toward the building. This triggers a painful memory, being trapped underwater in a car with her husband Guan. The wave crashes through the window, flooding the apartment and throwing people everywhere. Anna loses her bag and tries to swim after it, but it floats away. She struggles to breathe. There's a small air gap near the ceiling, and she takes one deep breath before diving back underwater to find Jane. In another room, she finds Jane unconscious. She grabs him and rushes toward the door, but it won't open. Exhausted and out of air, Anna passes out. The door suddenly opens. Hijo rescues them, waking Anna and pulling them out. They swim outside and climb back into the corridor. Hijo performs CPR on Jane, bringing him back to life. Jane cries and clings tightly to his mother. Hijo records them and sends proof to the company that Anna, their lead researcher, is alive. As they move upstairs, Jane quietly says the water reminds him of the day his father drowned. Hijo reveals shocking news. 3 hours ago, an asteroid hit Antarctica. The melting ice is flooding the world. The government knew but stayed silent. Humanity is ending today. Anna is stunned. Hijo explains her company is not just an AI lab. Her real work was to help create a new human race. Human-like bodies already exist. They can think and reproduce, but they lack emotions. Only 2 people worked on the emotion engine, Anna and her boss Hein Mo, who supposedly died in the flood with her child. Anna says the engine was incomplete, but Hijo doesn't care. Everything else is ready. The moment is interrupted when Jane urgently says he needs the bathroom. They rush into another apartment. Anna borrows Hijo's phone and calls her mother, telling her she loves her. Suddenly, a loud noise comes from the walls. A gas pipe explodes, filling the apartment with gas. They run outside as other apartments explode and fire spreads through the corridor. Hijo climbs onto the balcony railing to reach the next floor. Anna tries to hand Jane to him, but Jane panics and clings to her. She loses balance and falls into the water. Remembering the car accident, Anna fights her fear and resurfaces, grabbing onto a sign. She swims back to the building and hears a child named Ji-Soo crying inside an elevator. She tries to open the doors but fails. She runs upstairs to find a tool, but sees looters planning violence. Terrified, she runs back down. The elevator is now almost fully underwater. Ji-Soo no longer responds. A huge wave slams into the building, dragging Anna underwater again. She remembers the past clearly now. Guan breaking the car window, pushing Jane toward her and sacrificing himself so they could escape. Anna resurfaces and reunites with Haijo and Jane. Jane is sick and needs his medicine, which Anna lost. Determined, she runs into an apartment and makes a traditional medicine from kitchen ingredients, forcing it into Jane's mouth. Outside, the sun suddenly appears. The storm seems over. Haijo says Anna will be taken to a shelter, but Jane cannot come. He admits he came to see whether Anna would choose her child over humanity. He also reveals his own mother abandoned him. Suddenly, the sky darkens again. Rain returns violently and the water rises fast. They run upstairs and escape the flood. On the rooftop, a helicopter arrives. Haijo reads the company's orders. Human extinction must be prevented at all costs. Anna must return to the lab to finish the emotion engine. Security guards seize Jane, calling him Newman 77, and handcuffed him. Anna screams and begs. Haijo finally reveals the truth. Hyen-mo didn't die. She escaped with her child, choosing love over the future of humanity. And now, Anna must decide. Without any warning, they shoot Haijo dead. Anna is horrified. She finally understands that everyone here is going to die, and only she is allowed to escape. After breaking down completely, Anna is forced to say goodbye to Jane. Once she does, the men cut open Jane's head, remove his data, and place it inside a small box. Jane's body is left behind. The helicopter flies away, carrying only the pilot, the box containing Jane's data, and Anna. Anna realizes she still has Jane's goggles in her pocket. Below them, the storm becomes even worse. The entire planet floods. Soon after, 7 rockets leave Earth, carrying the remaining scientists involved in the project. A recorded message from director Hui Soi plays. He explains that in 15 minutes, thousands of meteorite fragments will strike Earth, and most life will be wiped out. The scientists' mission is to ensure humanity survives by evolving. They already know how to print human bodies. What they are missing is emotion. The plan is simple but terrifying. A mother and a child will start a new human society. The child is already complete. Now they only need to finish the mother. Anna suggests a solution. She proposes creating a simulation where the mother is forced to suffer again and again while trying to save her child. By pushing her through repeated trauma, they can collect all the emotions needed in a short time. As meteorites approach the rocket, Anna connects to the simulation. She wakes up in her bed. This time, water is already flooding the apartment. Everything feels familiar. She receives the same call from Haijo saying they will come pick her up. Anna suddenly remembers her past conversation with Hyen-mo and realizes the truth. The guards will take Jane again. She quickly grabs Jane's medicine and tells him very seriously to listen to her and never follow strangers. Jane starts crying and calls her a liar. Anna ignores his questions, picks him up, and runs toward the stairs. Both sides are packed with people. Suddenly, a giant wave smashes into the building. Anna holds Jane tightly and swims upward. She helps him climb over the railing into the corridor, then climbs up herself, but Jane is gone. She runs down the hallway, but another massive wave crashes in and blocks her path. Looking between the buildings, she sees Jane struggling in the water. She jumps in, but the current is too strong. Then she notices the helicopter in the sky. Memories from a previous simulation return. She finds Jane's goggles in her pocket. Suddenly, a floating car slams into her, killing her instantly. The simulation resets. Later, Haijo performs CPR, bringing Anna back to life. The number 787 is printed on her shirt, meaning she has failed the simulation 787 times. Haijo shows her a photo he took earlier. It reveals that Jane followed the crowd and that the child in the water was not him. Anna immediately runs off to find Jane. When Haijo tries to stop her, she grabs his gun and fires at the floor, demanding answers. Moments later, apartments begin exploding, and one blast kills Anna again. In simulation 1931, Anna nearly falls off a balcony, but Haijo saves her. Still afraid he will take Jane, Anna jumps back into the water. She later sees Jane being held by a man on another balcony and swims back inside the building. Passing the elevator, she hears Jisoo trapped inside again. She tries to open the doors but fails and drowns once more. This keeps happening again and again. Now she's on simulation 4007. This time, Anna goes to a cleaning closet, grabs a mop, breaks it, and uses the handle to force open the elevator. Jisoo escapes, and together they move to the next floor. They find dry clothes in an apartment. Jisoo tells Anna she heard looters talking about a child. Anna rushes toward them, but remembers being killed by looters in a previous run. She tries to sneak in, but the men see her. She asks about Jane, but they ignore her. When Haijo calls out from another balcony, the looters drag Anna inside to avoid being caught. Anna fights back. One man chokes her, and the simulation nearly resets, but she finds a hammer and strikes him. The second looter grabs her, ready to kill her. Just then, Jisoo arrives with Haijo. Haijo easily defeats the looters and throws them out the window. Still, Anna has no information about Jane. After a call from the company, Haijo says a search team with a boat is coming. Anna remembers Jane being cut open and decides she must find him first. As Anna searches floor by floor, she sees agents executing looters. She notices children's drawings on the walls and remembers how Jane used to send her drawings on her phone. She checks her phone and finds thousands of drawings Jane made, most showing her abandoning him. Suddenly, Haijo shouts that he found Jane. Anna runs to him, but agents capture her from behind. Haijo says they will wake her on the roof to say goodbye. Anna tells Haijo he dies on the roof every time.
After reviving her, Haijo listens as Anna explains everything. Haijo believes Jane is still waiting. In simulation 21,499, they fight agents again. Haijo stays behind as a distraction. A wave crashes through an apartment, freeing Anna. She swims upward, reaches the roof, and finally finds Jane hiding unconscious inside a wardrobe. She gives him the medicine. At first, nothing happens. Anna breaks down, apologizing for abandoning him. Jane wakes up and says she never abandoned him. She told him to wait, and she came back, just like she promised. It's revealed that Anna died on the rocket and asked the scientists to upload her mind so she could stay with Jane forever. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more movie explanation videos. Thanks for watching.